As we've previously reported, FBI Director Christopher Wray testified before Congress that Chinese hackers have positioned themselves to wreak havoc on U.S. infrastructure.
PRC hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems, and the risk that poses to every American requires our attention now.
The Chinese are also targeting businesses and home offices, according to the FBI and a number of other U.S. agencies. Here to tell us exactly what's happening and what might happen and what's being done about it is CBS News cybersecurity expert Chris Krebs. Chris is also the former director of the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, and he's currently Chief Public Policy Officer at Sentinel-1. Chris, good to be with you again. All right, the U.S. says it sees evidence of, quote, actors maintaining access and footholds within some victim IT environments for at least 5 years. Okay, so the first question is, what is a victim IT environment? I mean, what does that mean exactly?
Well, it's the nation's critical infrastructure. It's the things that keep the lights on, the water all coming out of the tap, treating the water, gas and petroleum moving through pipelines. It's the things that really do keep the economy going and making sure that we keep our wits about us on a daily basis.
And how do they get, I mean, how do they get in there, and how have they been there for so long?
I think back to my time in office at CISA, and even back then, starting in 2017, that the Chinese were well known to have visited our domestic critical infrastructure. I can think back to one compromise in 2013 of a natural gas pipeline in the Midwest. So they've been here. What they tend to do, and probably the most frustrating aspect about it, is that it's all preventable. What they do is they go after the IT systems that power the digital infrastructure of these utilities, of these communications firms, and they go after these edge devices, those things that kind of sit at the boundary of the internal corporate enterprise and the broader public internet, and they go after the vulnerable ones, the ones that haven't been patched. And so they scan the internet, they find a vulnerable device, they pop it, they gain access into the environment, and then they start kind of sneaking around, acting like just a usual user because they've been able to compromise credentials, those passwords and usernames that give them access to move around. So it's not terribly sophisticated, but it's kind of easy pickings for them right now, unfortunately.
So to cling to a metaphor in the physical world, is this like they're casing the joint in the parking lot, or are they inside the building on the floor where where access to dangerous information is held?
Well, with the Chinese and their range of capabilities, it's actually both and more. But what we're talking about with some of these organizations, some of these critical infrastructures that have been hit, it's absolutely just opportunistic scanning. They find an unpatched device that's touching the public internet that anyone could frankly see, and they go after it. And it really is something that they don't have to invest a lot into from a capability perspective, but they certainly have the people and the scanning tools available to do it.
So, Chris, how alarmed should we be when I've talked to people about the presidency and said, what's the big surprise that we don't talk enough about? And in fact, I feel like you've maybe said this to me. People say it's an infrastructure attack that shuts down hospitals, that shuts down the electrical grid and all the people that depend on that. I mean, how alarmed should people be about this information?
Well, there are a couple aspects of this specific report that I think are worth calling out. But just stepping back for a moment, the intelligence community, CISA and others, continue to assess that a cyber attack on critical infrastructure would have regional short-term impacts. We're not talking the national grid drops, because there's not a national grid. It's a series of interconnects and regional infrastructures. So when you think about kind of, again, a national level impact, that cyber 9/11, that cyber Pearl Harbor, I think that's outside of the range of possibilities. It would be much more localized. Something thinking back to like Colonial Pipeline from a few years ago, which was absolutely impactful. However, what we're talking about here is efforts by the Chinese to get into this domestic critical infrastructure and like I said, turn off the lights temporarily to cause panic and chaos. We're not used to that, right? When you have a hurricane that comes through and knocks the power out for a few days, it really does destabilize the community within where those folks reside. And so that's what they're looking to gain, is this psychological impact. So, John, this is where we've talked about in the past on the election side, right? It's not so much they're targeting disrupting the vote. It's that they're trying to get in the heads of the American people and have them lose confidence. That's what the Chinese are trying to do here, is have us lose confidence, our national security community's ability to protect us.
Right. So remaining calm might be the smartest thing we can do. Chris Krebs, CBS News cybersecurity expert and chief public policy officer at Sentinel-1. Thanks a lot, Chris.